Hey guys, so we got a trip to Moab coming up in a couple of days, leaving this weekend. So I wanted to go ahead and I finally got my bike together. So I want to go ahead and give you a walk around of the mods that I've done to the thing. So about the first thing I did to this bike is I put a Supermoto front rotor on. Not really because I needed the power. I don't really notice any difference there, but I burned up the stock rotor within like a month or two of buying the bike new. And that rotor just didn't do it for me, so I got a big one. Apparently I used the front brake a lot, as you can tell from my worn knobs on the D606s there. Hand guards, of course. That's pretty standard. You need those. I like the Barkbuster brand. I also have some foldable mirrors, because I broke some. Let's see, I got Tusk handlebars here, CR high bend. Nice aluminum things. Much better than the stock handlebars. Also got some 2-inch bar risers in there I got from Twisted Throttle. USB, SIG plug right here. I can put a USB into. Got zip tied and it's run to the battery. See, I've cut off my clutch and brake lever, so I don't have to worry about them binding. Plus, this allows me to use 2 fingers with the clutch. It can be a pain sometimes, but it's usually okay. Don't usually have too many issues with it. Put on a Happy Trail skid plate there. I guess it's okay. I haven't tried it yet, but that's a new one. One of my favorite mods. This thing's awesome. It's only cost me a 6-pack, but you see on the kickstand there's a little metal welded plate, and yeah, that's gonna keep this bike from falling over in the sand and stuff when I sit it down. Got some nice beefy foot pegs there. Some what are they? Moose Racing, I think. Yep. Let's see, 4.3 gallon Clark tank, must have. That was awful. Put on a little light here, and got rid of that big old thing that was there. Mounted the license plate like so. Let's see here. I have a larger rear sprocket on here. I think it's a 48, and a smaller front sprocket. And I want to say it's a 14, if I'm not mistaken. Uni air filter. I got a PowerCore 4 exhaust with a power bomb header. Those are nice. That really opened up the bike and just makes it sound a whole lot better. Let's see. Wolfman tank bag, which is awesome. Put my cell phone or whatnot in there and see things, or carry a spare tube is what I usually do. Toolkit right here with full of stuff, and I'll go through that in a second. Something else to notice, you might notice that there's some JB Weld here. No particular reason for that other than the powder coat was coming off the frame, so I put some JB Weld. I don't have any powder coating crap, and yeah, it was just easier to do than deal with. If you look up under here, you can see that there's no frame. Pulled that guy off. Useless. I don't know why it was even there. It's only holding up this part of the fender. I don't know why. What's the point? Also pulled off the chain guard. You can also look on the kickstand here. You notice that I removed the switch. So now it'll start with the kickstand down. I don't really care about the switch that much, but if it ever goes bad on the trail, I don't have to deal with it. Also remove the safeties on the clutch levers. So now I can start the bike with the clutch disengaged in first gear, which gives me the ability to use the starter motor to push the bike if I need to for whatever reason. Okay, let's look at some mods that I'm thinking about doing, things I want to do to the bike still. I really want to get the suspension redone. I'm going to do it myself, just put in some higher rate springs. I'm a big dude and need some beefier springs than these. I'm going to get some smaller turn signals, just save a little bit of weight. They're pretty cheap. This bike's heavy. I have a SIG plug, a proper SIG plug in the mail. It's waterproof and has a little clock on it. So that hasn't came in yet. I also want to get that Vapor Trail Tech thing here and hook that up and be able to remove the Speedo cable and all that. I want to remove the battery box here with the battery. I want to do the Shirai battery mod underneath the seat. Haven't done that yet. It's not going to happen before Moab, but looking forward to being able to do that. I've also done Dave's mods to the carb and rejetted that. I don't remember what sizes I used, but they're in there. I wouldn't mind replacing that carb one day, but I'm going to deal with it for now. Carbs are expensive. All right, so let's look and see what's in this. See what's in my tool bag here. This is really important. All right, so I got a spare couple of levers. Also cut off like the ones on the bike, saves weight, and I mean not much, but every little bit helps. And plus, it just gets in the way. Brake bleeder, Motion Pro, Feed Buddy, absolutely essential. Changing a tire, that thing is so handy. I have some JB Weld Putty right here. I got duct taped here so the lid doesn't come off, but I figure that's a little nicer than the liquid stuff, so you don't have to worry about mixing it. You just do it with your hands. Vice grips here, I got a zip tied together so it just stays close, nice and compact. Nitrate tape, it sticks to itself. That stuff's pretty awesome. This guy's neat. I got a knife here. It's a decent knife. I can get it out with one hand. And also, it's got a flint thing right there, so I can start a fire if I need to. I'm not going to demonstrate that now, but it's a thing and it works. Bundle of zip ties. Another bundle of zip ties. Got some rope here. I think it's about 50 feet of paracord. So, not spectacular. I got 100 feet in the mail, but it hadn't come in yet. Man, these guys. I love these tire irons. They're real light. Again, I wanted to kind of save on some weight. But the cool thing is, I also have this socket drive that I bought with them. It's Motion Pro, guys. Stick it in there. And then I can stick a socket, in this case 19 for the rear wheel, I believe. And then this is a 24 for the other side of the rear wheel. And I can take the rear wheel off those two. Now the small one here, this is nice. It's got a 12 and a 13 millimeter. It's two-stepped. But there's this little lip here. Really helps when getting the tire on in some cases. It's really good for grabbing the rim and being able to push over. Carry a bottle of WD-40 for cleaning for taking the tires on and off. Lubrication. It's good stuff there. It's real easy, light, not too heavy. These are about the best wrenches that you can find. I got them in a KLR toolkit when I traded in my KLR for the Big Red Pig here. I never put them back, so those are mine now. Oh, same with the spoke wrench. Got that off of KLR. Tire pressure gauge. This is a neat little tool here. It's got some sockets in it, screwdriver, every Allen bolt that I need to do anything on my bike with. So that's pretty awesome. Couple of spare spark plugs, Motion Pro spark plug puller. Now this guy, awesome tool, really good quality, and I'm very disappointed about that. Actually, it's extremely heavy. I would have been much happier with a cheap Chinese one, something real light. Or aluminum would have been perfect. This is really heavy though, so I might be replacing this for a cheaper one. Because how often do you need to pull a spark plug on the trail, really? And I just use that for my in-house tools. 17-inch socket right here, and yeah. So that's it. That's the Big Red Pig. Take a gander at her. So we're going to Moab soon. Just need to change the oil.